What's up? So today is going to be my 28 through 30 week pregnancy update, and that is crazy. Okay, I am officially in my 3rd trimester. I'm like a couple weeks into it now, and that like blows my mind because I really thought that my pregnancy was gonna go by slow. I always say this, I don't know why I'm talking about this again, but yeah, it's going by, okay? It's going by really fast. I didn't write anything down today, so bear with me, but I do have a lot to update you guys on. I'm gonna update you guys really quick on what's in the title, just to get that out of the way. I started having this symptom that I've had a couple times prior, but it started getting worse in these last couple weeks since my last update, and it's where I think I've talked about like getting hot flashes when I eat. That started happening again, but it was a lot worse. Like I would get really dizzy, really hot, my heart would start racing, and I would just feel nauseous, and it would sometimes happen like first thing in the morning when I would wake up if I hadn't eaten yet and I started walking around doing things. That would happen, and then it happened a couple times where I would eat something and that would happen. So basically I didn't really know what was going on, but I went and got my first glucose screening, the 1-hour test, and I ended up failing that, and that was a couple weeks ago. That was like right after my last update. I failed that test, so about a week later I had to go back in and do the 3-hour, and in this period of time I'm just assuming that I have gestational diabetes because of these weird symptoms I'm getting when I'm eating or not eating. I figured it was my blood sugar. So from the time I found out that I failed my 1-hour, I started eating mainly protein and being on kind of a gestational diabetes diet. I just wanted to start it just because, you know, that was the best thing I felt for me and my baby, was to just start as soon as possible just in case I had it, because I knew that I wouldn't know the results for a couple weeks. So I'm over here like eating tons of protein and eating really healthy, which I had been. Alex and I started eating very healthy like a while before this happened. I just figured, you know, it's not too much different. I'm just gonna add more protein into my diet and cut out eating a lot of carby stuff, you know. Start eating healthy, and we start exercising regularly, which also this thing kept happening when I would exercise too. I noticed the feeling faint and hot and stuff like that. Anyways, I go in, I take my 3-hour glucose test, which really sucked. I don't wish that on anyone. It really sucked being in that like lab for like 4 hours. I think I was there, and I hadn't eaten in so long, like 14 hours, and they had me drink a drink that had 75 milligrams of sugar in it. So that was more than the first time. The first time wasn't bad at all, but the 3-hour test had more sugar, and it was so long, and I literally started fainting during the test. Probably 20 minutes after I had drinking the drink, I was sitting in the waiting room, and I just felt that feeling, but more intensely than I've ever felt. Like I got so hot and I started panicking, my heart was racing, and I ended up telling a nurse, like, I feel like I'm seriously gonna faint, and as I'm telling her that, like, everything's going black, and I was like fanning myself with a magazine. So she helps me into this room, and I lay on a bed, and I lay there until the feeling passes, and then by then it's time for my blood draw. So they draw my blood, and I end up sticking it out for the rest of the time, even though they told me I could come back another time. I just figured, you know, this is gonna happen on any other day probably. This is just a hard test to do, so especially when you're pregnant and you're not eating and they're just giving you all this sugar. So I just stuck it out because I did not want to do that again. I didn't want to wait there again or anything. So I finished my test and I felt better by the time it ended. I felt better just after laying down for a while. And then I went home and I continued my diet that I had been on and exercising, and I actually just got the results today that I passed that test and I do not have gestational diabetes. I was doing some research. I have an appointment on Monday, so I plan to talk to my OB more, but about these symptoms I'm having. But I was doing some research today, and I guess when you are this pregnant, making any abrupt changes in your diet and all of a sudden like increasing your activity level, like exercising, even though I don't exercise really hard or anything, it can cause random blood sugar drops, which the feeling I thought I was having was my blood sugar rising, but apparently not, because every single symptom for a drop in blood sugar is what I had, like the sweating and the anxious feeling and the heart racing, stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know. So I'm guessing that's what it is. If you have experienced anything like this, please let me know in the comments. I would love to like talk to you and see what ended up happening with you, or if you're dealing with it right now. I have heard of this a couple times watching other people's pregnancy vlogs, like getting low blood sugar, but I just really didn't know that's what it was. And now that I know, I just have to add more carbs and healthy sugars like fruit and stuff like that back into my diet to keep it balanced. At the time I was eating as if I had diabetes, which is not what my body needed, but I just thought that that was smart to do, but apparently that wasn't what I needed to do. So now I know, and I'm just really glad I don't have gestational diabetes. Yeah, I'm just thankful. Which, speaking of thankful, happy Thanksgiving to all of you guys who celebrate it. Tomorrow is actually Thanksgiving. Today I am 29 weeks and 5 days pregnant, so I'm filming it a little bit early, but I'm gonna be with Alex's family and stuff like that and spending time with him over this Thanksgiving break. So I wanted to film this video a little bit earlier to have it up for you guys. Alright, so now into symptoms. I'm still having a lot of mucus, bloody mucus, in my nose and in my throat, which nothing has changed. That's happened my whole pregnancy. I'm not actually getting headaches as often as I was, and also my heartburn and my acid reflux have improved a ton, and I 100% know what to thank for that, and it is the fact that I started drinking strictly alkaline water. If you guys don't know what that is, you should do some research on it. It's basically pH balanced water. So obviously having pH balanced water is very good when you're having any kind of acidic problems. And honestly, like, it has helped a ton, and I drink so much of it. I've always drank a lot of water. I love water, but drinking this, I just can tell a huge difference between drinking this and drinking regular water bottles that I was drinking in the whole beginning of my pregnancy. If you're having issues with acid reflux or heartburn or headaches, I seriously can't recommend it enough. You guys, some of you might have seen me talking about it on Twitter. Go get freaking alkaline water. I promise you, you won't regret it. The only thing is you do have to drink a lot of it in order for it to actually make a huge difference like it has for me. But, I mean, you should be drinking a lot of water anyway, so, I mean, yeah. I've been having a lot of back and hip pain still. It sucks. I've been getting gas pains really strongly. They're very, very painful and just so uncomfortable. I get them, like, all the way up to my shoulders sometimes, like my entire back, and, like, my whole abdomen gets so hard because after I eat sometimes I just get so filled with gas and like I can't get it out. I'm like literally rolling around like trying to get the gas out of my body, trying to burp or fart, whatever I can do. I know that's really gross, but seriously. Then my camera broke for a few minutes and it ended up not saving any of the talking I did, so I was just rambling on for a really long time and there's nothing to show for it. But basically, I don't have that many new symptoms. I'm just really uncomfortable all the time and growing larger. And speaking of that, this is now the part where I show my baby bump. Thank God that saved, and my outro saved, because I just cried for a few minutes, to be honest. I almost just cried because I thought I broke my camera. It just shut off randomly. My battery is like completely charged, and I couldn't get it to turn back on. So I finally got it to turn back on. Let's look at my baby bump. And also, I am wearing like pajamas right now, so don't freaking judge me. Here's my belly with a shirt on from the side. Ugh. And here's the other side with the shirt on. Here's with the shirt up. It's a big one. Very heavy, very large. All right, yeah, so there she is. I know this camera angle is a little weird and it's like cutting off my head, but I'm gonna finish the video like this because my ring light's really annoying to adjust. So I'm being lazy right now, and this is what we're gonna work with. A couple more updates that I just thought of. So we have our second baby shower on this Sunday, the one here in California with Alex's family. So I will be filming a newborn haul very soon. Thumbs up if you guys want that. I plan to do it anyways, but just let me know so it like really motivates me to get it done faster. And then also we had our 3D ultrasound. Not with the doctor, but we went to an ultrasound boutique and got an ultrasound done just because we wanted some pictures and we wanted to see her sweet little face now that it's developed and stuff. And she is absolutely beautiful. She looks just like me when I was a baby already. Like, you can literally tell from the ultrasound that she has my nose and she has Alex's mouth. She has his lips and stuff like that. So I really think that she is going to look like both of us, and I was so sure she was going to be a spitting image of Alex. So we'll see when she's actually here, but as of now I'm excited that she kind of might look like me already. Yeah, we'll see, because babies change a lot when they're born. But if you guys want to see those pictures, follow me on Instagram. I will have it on my end card in a second, and I posted a bunch of them on my Instagram. Also, my camera quality is going to be a lot better for Instagram because I got the new iPhone X, so picture quality is going to be a lot better. So don't go on there and judge that all my other pictures were really crappy, because they're gonna improve now, okay? Thank you. I'm pretty sure that's all for updates, so I will see you guys in my next video. You know me, but you